afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Celebrate Code Platoon 2020. My name is Levy, and I'm the Executive Director and Founder of Code Platoon. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us to celebrate our program, students, and alumni successes this year. We all enjoy a good party, and I love to see each of you during our annual celebration. 2020, however, changed our plans, and like most other nonprofit organizations, we're celebrating virtually this year. Hopefully this time next year we can re-engage in person. So that's what we're going to do. We have an amazing program planned to support our mission, training veterans and military spouses to become software developers through an immersive, hands-on educational process and paid internship program. We want to make sure that our veterans and military spouses secure meaningful, well-compensated work and are rewarded for their sacrifice. You will hear from Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth on the importance of Code Platoon, learn about our program from a few alumni, and a whole lot more. So settle in, grab your lunch, and enjoy the show. While you're watching, send us a note and talk with fellow supporters through the comments in your feed on the screen. It is my great pleasure to introduce Senator Tammy Duckworth. As an Iraq War combat veteran, Black Hawk helicopter pilot, and Purple Heart recipient who went on to serve at the Department of Veterans Affairs, Senator Duckworth understands the unique needs our veterans face. She knows our country has an obligation to support our veterans and remains committed to the brave men and women who serve our nation from the moment they put on uniform to long after they transition into civilian life. She is a tireless advocate for providing veterans with the services they deserve, including cutting-edge job training programs like Code Platoon.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so sorry we could not be together in person today, but one day soon, I hope. You know, when I think about veterans, one of the things I always think about is the fact that we will never be able to repay the debt that we owe to our veterans and military families. But it's so important for us to try. Right now, there are more than 18 million veterans in the United States, and in Illinois, we have over 727,000 alone. Unfortunately, the veteran community faces sky-high rates of unemployment and underemployment. In fact, 33% of veterans are underemployed and are 15% more likely to be underemployed than their civilian counterparts. These challenges also affect military spouses who move with their partners every time they change duty stations, and because of this, lacks the stability needed to be in the workforce. This is why Code Platoon's work is so critical. It matches the need of veterans and their spouses with the needs of the marketplace, providing veterans and their families fulfillment in new careers. Now, as much as ever, programs and services addressing veteran employment needs are vital. Code Platoon uses its network and resources to reduce barriers to entry in the tech field and provides internships and employment opportunities. They work with the VA to reimburse veterans who are eligible for GI Bill benefits and offer scholarships in order to make this an affordable option for all veterans and spouses. The men and women who sacrifice for our country are transitioning back into the civilian workforce, and they need our help. They need programs like Code Platoon to provide training and job skills transition. So thank you, Code Platoon, for your support of the veteran community. And thank you to everyone who supports the vital work that they do and that they're committed to. God bless you all, and God bless America.
Despite the many challenges we have faced in 2020, Code Platoon has seen a significant increase in applications to our training programs. As we think about moving from the response phase to the recovery phase of COVID-19, we know our training program will fill an important need for many veterans and military spouses. When it's hard to secure a job, many will look to Code Platoon to gain new skills and increase their chances of finding a career when the job market and economy fully open back up. With this increased demand for our software development training comes an increased need for financial support. Today, you have the opportunity to meaningfully impact Code Platoon and our future students by donating to our mission. You can donate via our website or by using the text-to-give number that you see at the bottom of our screen. Every donation will help us provide critical training to future Code Platoon students. And now, we'd love to share about the different facets of our program. Let's hear from some prospective students, current students, alumni, mentors, teaching assistants, and instructors who bring Code Platoon to life every day.
So my name is Cristian Baeza. I currently live in Salt Lake City. I just moved here. I transferred universities. I'm doing my last semester of college, but I am a communication major. I transitioning out of the Marine Corps. Uh, I figured, okay, I have the GI Bill. I'm gonna study. No clue what I wanted to do with my life, but I figured as long as I'm studying something, it's doing something in the right direction. And I ended up here in Salt Lake City, and I found Code Platoon. I got in touch with Greg, who's been absolutely awesome in providing all the information and really open to people just reaching out. At least from my perspective, it showed that you guys care about teaching veterans and transitioning into this field. So I thought that was great. And so I started doing the intro coding, the intro challenges. And then I think shortly after that, Greg reached out to me and told me about, you guys were doing the bootcamp prep program. And I think that's when I enrolled in that.
Something that I really like about Code Platoon is that they really emphasize soft skills and interpersonal interactions between students and instructors. And they really drive home the fact that it's important to be good at these soft skills and not only good at coding. Something that also caught my eye when I was looking at Code Platoon is that they have a transgender scholarship. And being a transgender woman, it helped put me at ease, I guess, to know that it would be a safe space if I did attend Code Platoon.
So actually, I'm with my platoon as a military spouse. My wife is an Air Force reservist. She separated from active duty early last year, and so whenever she separated, we were living in DC at the time, and we moved down here to Austin, Texas, and prior to our relationship, I had been working here in Austin before for a semiconductor manufacturing company, and so I have a bit of a technical background. Whenever I was looking at courses, being able to take it with other military members and military spouses, and the inclusiveness of the trans community as well, it was a really cool, diverse group to work with, just from our previous experience with the military network. So, I was really excited about being with a group of people that were going to be dedicated and really focused and have that kind of military mindset going into it. And, even though that, I'm the spouse and not actively, serving, it was a cool group to be able to join and partake in the experience with.
I was looking for something a little more substantial and challenging in my life, so I looked into computer coding, software engineering. I researched different boot camps. I couldn't really afford any of the other ones, and I stumbled across Code Platoon through the VA website, through their vet tech program, and I applied and enrolled in Code Platoon.
So I was excited about getting involved in something meaningful. And after speaking with Rod, I realized this is the perfect organization. I'm a technically focused, co-founder of companies, and I was obviously in the military, so I felt like I had something to offer. The thing I like about Code Platoon is it actually takes people that do not know how to code, and in the time frame that they specify, produces people that can code. And they can code in a productive environment and even a competitive environment.
The application process was pretty grueling. It required you to know some coding beforehand, which I had zero experience. I do appreciate looking back because it taught me important skills that are needed for software engineers, because you're not going to know everything when you first get an assignment. To complete that, it requires you to really look and find out that information. My opinion, the hardest part of breaking into any field is getting that first opportunity. And really, Code Platoon, they set you up for success by offering that first opportunity for you right off the bat. They build up your soft skills that you need to get your foot in the door and to start off in the industry. And I think that's what really separates Code Platoon from other boot camps. The most important thing about setting you up for success is to not only teaching you those skills, those hard skills, but also the soft skills that you need to find employment and to get your start in this career and to make a career of coding and software engineering.
So in a company like HomeAware that's a startup, we have to move very fast to achieve goals. And in order for somebody to survive or to be productive in this environment, they have to hit the ground with not only the ability to code, but the ability to code in an incredibly fast-paced and demanding environment. So if you could take somebody from a boot camp that has never coded before and put them in an environment like this, and they can keep up, get their head above water, you've done something really fantastic, because this is a really hard place to work for developers.
So I was looking at skill bridge programs and coding boot camps, and I found Code Platoon. It was one of the first ones I found, and really it was the only option. Looking at what they had for the curriculum, and how easy they made it to apply. Being SkillBridge, I had to get command approval, and they even offered a letter to my commander to kind of push that decision to a yes, so I could go. And so I applied and got accepted. I found a job as a software developer with a defense contractor just a few weeks after graduation, and I start soon. Code Platoon is much more than teaching tech. They turn us into marketable assets. When I say us, I mean veterans. I don't think I would have found a job as quickly as I did without the offerings they had outside of just teaching tech subjects. As a SkillBridge student, I was able to attend Code Platoon completely cost-free on my part. I am forever grateful that I was selected to attend as a SkillBridge student, and it was a key to me finding a seamless transition from service to getting a job.
I met up with a friend, a fellow unit member, Kim, who introduced me to Code Platoon. He said a lot of good things about it and how they sponsor veterans. I looked into it, and I was very impressed about the number of reviews that people had given it. I looked into it, called up the organization, and then here am I now. I was excited. There was a lot of support. The tutors were really on point. They sought some of the best TAs from some of the best universities around the country, and they were always on point to help. The curriculum was well structured to help you and guide you to be a confident programmer that you need to be.
I started learning how to code using online classes and YouTube, but I knew back then that I needed a more structured program to help me hold my coding skills and to reach my goals. And I read some great reviews about Code Platoon on course reports, and I was delighted to also find out that this program was geared towards helping military veterans actually transition into jobs, civilian jobs within the tech industry. The application process was made easy, and I was also very happy to be one of the scholarship recipients, which actually lifted some of the financial burden that could have been a concern to me at the time. The program really emphasized on making sure that we got hands-on experience on the most relevant tools currently used in the industry. And beyond the coding skills, I think one of the most important and best practices that we gained experience in during the program was pair programming and building a product as an agile team together, which I think is a key element in succeeding in a real work environment. We also gained exposure to working with some of the industry experts, which also gave me an idea of what to expect after the program.
So personally, I really like the fact that Code Platoon is a solution for two existing challenges. One being that, as the world moves forward, right, there's this continuous demand for people who really understand technology, who understand code. And the second being really helping military veterans and spouses transition into civilian life. And the fact that Code Platoon kind of combines two of them together and it solves two challenges that we're facing is something that's incredibly cool to me. I also really like the idea that a lot of boot camps kind of only offers the training aspect and they don't actually go further with that. But the fact that Code Platoon really extends that and offers our alumni to participate in training and and placement on top of that through our partners, I think that's something that's very valuable in terms of like completing the entire process. Code Platoon is like a really like close-knit community, and like everyone is just helping out each other. And the fact that it really like emphasizes working together is something that's kind of like really incredible to me working as a TA, because you know, I see students working with each other, but at the same time, it's me working with the students as well. And so it's just kind of like, you know, this partnership of like both sides kind of learning and collaborating. It just like, it's an extraordinarily like rich experience, I want to say, in terms of, you know, like really giving me that like technical aspect, but also the collaboration aspect. But both parts are like equally valuable in terms of like working later on in industry.
I am a mentor for my platoon. So I'm the wife of the director of education, John. So, I mean, obviously I was around for when he started back with Bravo Platoon. Actually, when he started teaching Bravo Platoon, I had been finishing up my own boot camp. I was at Full Stack Academy. And so I started kind of volunteering towards the end of that with Bravo Platoon as a TA. I would go into the classroom and help out again with the React portion especially. And I really enjoyed interacting with the students. Having done a boot camp myself, I feel like I just connected with the experience a lot, and I found it helpful, I know in my journey, to have mentors who had kind of been along a similar path. And so it was great working with the students and getting to give back to them in that sense. I mean, the tech industry, I think prior to the last maybe 5 years, has just always been known as kind of its own bubble, lack of diversity, lack of inclusivity. And I feel like Code Platoon has created this really special program specifically for veterans, giving them a pathway into the tech industry. Code Platoon is awesome. It's been amazing to see it grow over the years. I know, you know, when John said that my platoon had 25 students, it was just mind blowing to think that we went from Bravo Platoon of like, I think it was like 12. And to know that that part of that growth has been due to, you know, us being able to go fully remote as well, was kind of this nice like blessing in disguise. And I'm just excited to see where Code Platoon continues to go.
I'm a developer. For Code Platoon, I teach a one-day SQL workshop to each cohort, and I'm also a mentor. I started mentoring about 2 years ago, so I've mentored probably 5 cohorts now, 4 or 5 cohorts. And it's been a really great experience. The turnaround is so fast. You know, the students come in and they learn and grow so much in such a short amount of time that you can see that happening quickly, and it's very rewarding how quickly they change in the time you're working with them. Part of why I keep working with Code Platoon is that as a veteran, it really keeps me grounded to how challenging the transition can be from the military to civilian life, and also how much opportunity there is in that transition. I felt like there were some systems in place when I got out, but it wasn't easy getting out of the military and becoming a civilian. And so I feel like by being involved with Code Platoon, I'm helping to like lead that path a little bit more, to light that path up, so there's more of a clear road that you can take to a really great career after you leave the military.
I'm a lead instructor here at Code Platoon. Heard of Code Platoon previously, and I was always keeping an eye on it just to see how the company was doing, and a position opened up, and I had to jump at the opportunity to work with veterans and just kind of give back. As a lead instructor, the thing I find most enjoyable is just seeing the students transition from like very beginning as a like very beginner developer, and like having not a whole lot of confidence, and like that panic of like that imposter syndrome essentially of like I don't think I belong in this industry, and then at the end of graduation seeing them get really good jobs and just seeing their confidence increase throughout that process. And yeah, that's the most enjoyable thing I find about being an instructor here at Code Platoon. Code Platoon's mission is extremely important in today's day and age, just because we have so many veterans coming out of the service and not necessarily, I mean, they're set up for success, but not all of them know specifically how their skill set will transition to the civilian life or how they will transition to the civilian life. And with Code Platoon's mission and how we're structured, we make that transition as easily as possible with all of our ancillary education, such as beyond tech and all that. It just goes beyond coding. In addition, veterans have tremendous life skills outside of just writing code. They're extremely experienced working on teams, which is crucial in the software development field, because if you can't work on a team, you're just not going to be employed. So that's why Code Platoon is crucial and should exist.
I'm thrilled to introduce Senator Dick Durbin. Creating jobs and supporting economic growth in every corner of Illinois has been a top priority for Dick Durbin. Code Platoon's software developer training program is a type of program that will continue to support job growth in Illinois and beyond, bringing highly sought after skills to the veteran workforce and highly sought after skilled tech workers to the Illinois tech scene.
Hi everybody, I'm Senator Dick Durbin. Honored to have this opportunity to join you in supporting the work of Code Platoon. As we've heard earlier from my great colleague and friend, Senator Tammy Duckworth, and the program alumni, we're so grateful to veterans and their families who've given so much service to our country. The skills they've learned are also very valuable. And what better way to honor them and to hone those skills than in technology? The tech industry keeps growing in more ways than we can possibly imagine. In Illinois alone, 5,400 tech jobs were created in the year 2019, almost 60,000 in the past 10 years. With this incredible growth, there's still a huge demand for individuals skilled in areas like data analytics, software development, and artificial intelligence. I'm glad that Code Platoon is training veterans and their spouses to work in these roles that offer such great opportunities for career and financial success. As our country continues to face this unprecedented pandemic, it is even more important to continue to support veterans and their families so they're equipped with the skills that they need in this recovering economy. Thanks again to Code Platoon for bringing us safely together today and for your great program that supports our veterans and families. I wish you all great success in the years to come.
And now I would like to introduce our 2020 Supporter of the Year, Motorola Solutions. Motorola Solutions and the Motorola Solutions Foundation represent the best possible partnership for Code Platoon. Many companies talk the talk of wanting to support veterans, but companies like Motorola Solutions walk the walk by committing to host our graduates for internships and ultimately hiring them full-time. And the foundation has been an early and uncompromising supporter of Code Platoon, and its financial and strategic support has helped Code Platoon scale from classes of 3 students at a time to currently classes of 25 students. Congratulations to Motorola Solutions for being our 2020 Supporter of the Year.
I'd like to start off by thanking Senators Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth for their support of veterans and of Code Platoon. I'd also like to express my admiration for Rod Levy and the rest of the Code Platoon team for the incredible work you're doing. This organization makes a profound, measurable difference in the lives of veterans. So, on behalf of Motorola Solutions, as well as its philanthropic arm, the Motorola Solutions Foundation, we're honored to receive this award. This partnership started in 2017 when the Motorola Solutions Foundation received a grant application from Code Platoon that caught our attention. The foundation supports education initiatives in public safety and technology and engineering around the globe, with a focus on underrepresented populations within these fields, including veterans, females, and people of color. In fact, over the last 10 years, the foundation has granted over $60 million to organizations that further technology and engineering education. Thanks in large part to the efforts of the Code Platoon team, the foundation's relationship with Code Platoon has just burgeoned in just 3 years. The foundation's funding of Code Platoon has more than tripled. We've encouraged Motorola Solutions employees to volunteer with the organization, and we've had the pleasure of hosting multiple cohort graduations. Over this time, the partnership between Motorola Solutions and Code Platoon has also grown. This has included Motorola Solutions sponsoring workshops and bringing on interns who have since been hired full-time. As a veteran myself and as a member of Code Platoon's board, there are two things in particular that I love about Code Platoon. First is its mission. Code Platoon makes an enduring difference in veterans' lives by providing relevant hard skills. Veterans have ample soft skills, leadership, tenacity, teamwork, to name a few, but the civilian world recognizes the bottom line that Code Platoon's veterans graduate as professional software developers. Secondly is its execution. Code Platoon's teaching and administrative staff run this organization with a sense of purpose and precision. The combination of mission and execution leads to results, high job placement rates, and median salaries that double 24 months after graduation. Lastly, but most importantly, I want to thank the students of Code Platoon, alumni, current cohorts, and future generations. We greatly appreciate you and your families for your service to our country. We're proud to support you in your post-military lives and careers. Thank you for all that you do. Again, on behalf of Motorola Solutions and the Motorola Solutions Foundation, thank you for this recognition.
Thank you, Dan, and Motorola Solutions for all of your support this past year. And now, I would like to introduce a special guest. This Air Force veteran is so tough, it's been said that if you want a list of his enemies, just check the extinct species list. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Chuck Norris.
Hi, Code Platoon staff and supporters. Chuck Norris here, and I want to remind you all the importance of serving vets. I want to encourage everyone to keep working towards making an impact in this community. Just know you are Chuck Norris approved. Stay safe and all the best. Your friend, Chuck Norris.
Thank you to Chuck Norris and to our 2020 supporters.